Hi there. Now that we have the molds in place, I can start planking the hull, the upper side of the hull, that is. So let's start with that. Here in the back end on a smooth bend I work with plain strips, no beveling. As the change rate in the hull is small, it's just to staple them in place. Press and hold them in place with one hand and staple them with the other. The same is true for this flat area. Although here I have beveled the strips to take the small bend and the change in distance to cover. The middle section bend in only one dimension, thus this is even more straightforward. And this part is just flat boring. The challenge on this boat shape is the front deck. Above this strip the hull changes direction in several dimensions, in a rather short distance, at least if you compare it to the bending rate of the strips. Thus, I will need a lot of different techniques to cover this. Beveling, thin strips, narrow strips, and bending. Now I'm almost done with this step. Next time I will start gluing all together. Please join me then.